We're going to film a video now about how to pour up a model. So there's these plastic sheets at the back of the trimmer. So grab a plastic sheet, so at least the bench, if the plastic sheets are easier to clean up than the bench. Then this is the model that we took earlier. Okay, so the stone is up here. If there's not enough stone, we need to refill the stone. The refill of the stone, like the main bit, is like underneath here. So we'll refill some now because there's not quite enough. So there's two different types of stone. One is white stone, ortho stone, and one is pink stone. So Jordan is refilling the. Is that that's ortho stone? Yeah.
Yellow stone.
Okay, so it looks like we've run out of dye stone, so I'll need to order some more. Let's just refill the. Let's refill the ortho stone. And I'll let Dominic know about the dye stone. So ortho stone is the white stone.
Jill is asking what.
Okay, so we are starting to pour up the model. We're going to put some of the stone in. There's no actual fixed ratio for this. Just put some stone into the bowl. So Jordan put about 4 scoops. So it looks about like that. So enough to basically fill this and then make a base for it. So I'll explain what that means in a bit. Okay, so Jordan's made sure there's no water in the model, and then we have the tap on. Keep in mind, do not, we just add water like this, like making a cake. So add a little bit, stir a bit, add a little bit, stir a bit. We're looking at the consistency of the material. So it looks a bit like this. Okay, so not too dry. So the alginate, we wanted it on the dry side. This stone, we actually want it a little bit more on the runnier side, because we want it to flow into that material. Flow into the model, so that it doesn't have any air bubbles. Okay, so it looks a bit like that. Okay, now we're going to turn on the vibrating machine. So it's literally called the vibrator. So it looks like that, and then Jordan's going to put the stone onto the vibrator like this to make sure that none of the like all these little bubbles come out, because if there's little bubbles in the material, then what that means is when we pour the model, that those little bubbles will not pour properly, and then we will not get a good mold. Okay, so we've got to vibrate all of the little bubbles out. Jordan's just popping the little bubbles so that they don't stay in the stone. Okay. Then we keep the vibrator on, and then we take a little bit of the material and we flow it in on one side, and then just always from one side to the other, and let it flow. And slowly, you need to watch that it's covering every single tooth like this, from one side to like a very thin layer like this, and then again from pouring from one side like this into all of the teeth, and then from one side to the other. Okay, so the main thing is we don't want any of the little bubbles. You can see all the little bubbles coming out. So once the main part, which is all of the teeth bits, are covered, then we just keep on adding on top of that. Okay, like this. Usually there'll be a top model and a bottom model to what we can do then is we can add a bit more material, like a bit more, yeah, so a bit more material to the top like this. And then I'll show you how to base it. Okay, so base it basically means we add a bit more stone in here so that it becomes really like thick now. So we add a bit more stone into this.
I need a bit more water.
Give it a really good mix. Just a tiny sprinkle now. Yeah. Because we want it actually to be really almost rock hard, like as in not flowy at all now. Okay, and now we make it into a little round pancake to put onto the. So we make it into a little round pancake onto the you can see that it's a pretty stiff consistency, and then we just upright, like upside down this model like this, so that what was at the top is now at the bottom, and we squish it onto that pancake. Okay, and then we reshape the side of the pancake so that it's not covering too much of the purple stuff. Okay, so Jordan's done a beautiful job. Just gonna like contour it and make sure it's just, because if you cover too much of the metal tray or too much of the purple, then it is not, you're not going to be able to get your impression out. Okay, so he's just like making sure that and then that's how you pour a model, and then we wait for that to set. In the meantime, we have to clean the bowl. Okay, and we do not wash it into the sink. We get a dry paper towel, we wipe it, and we throw that into the bin. Okay, and same sort of thing with the bowl. We wipe the bowl with a paper towel, not wash it, and we wipe it straight into the bin. Okay? Not washing it at all. Because if you wash the water with the stone in it into the sink, it will set. And then in a bit we'll film how you take out the model. Okay, we're going to film now how to take out the model. So we just check that it is set enough. So to do that, we put our fingernail in it, and if it doesn't make a mark when we put our fingernail in it, it's pretty much set. And ideally it would be like semi-cold as well, so that means that it is set. Okay, and then we take it out like this. So we literally, we got to make sure that we don't break any of the teeth when we take it out. Okay, so like just generally pull it directly, so don't lever it, so generally just pull it straight left and right. Your left hand on the top and then your right hand on the stone, and then so what Jordan's doing is just making sure there's no bits of stone on the metal bit. We generally don't bang too hard because sometimes the teeth can break in the model. Then if the teeth are separated, then it's not like a proper model. Okay, so just very gently, like
you just wiggle it
and then
just slowly
separate it, and then you should have your model. Perfect, good job. So it should look like that, and there should be no little bubbles. So that's a That's a model of my teeth.